floor in the second half.
2-3 zone being implemented by Netches. Has a great cut and a bind to Cadence Cox for 2.
Foul.
The senior forward getting her first basket of the game. Great down screen and even better pass. And it's good.
That's knowing your teammate.
On the cross, getting downhill is Kincaid. Kincaid has to get it over to Hines. Hines is guarded by Cox. Picks up her dribble. There's the backdoor cut again. The lay-in is good. Cox fires for 2. Looks like it might have gotten deflected.
Deflected.
That's Kincaid. Great pass up to Jenkins. Jenkins blocks it to Alexander. Alexander takes the ball screen. Now resets. Driving. Alexander has a lane. Counting on the foul. Counting left. And a game that really changed up here in the second quarter. We're even late in the first. Another 3, and it's good from Jenkins. For the Snatchers offense, and she has to sit down for a pretty good while with 2:16 left to go in the first half. As Cox steps back out the window.
The bank was open early.
Good God, America. She's letting them fly at will. Cox looking at her spot, high arcing. That's good. Kincaid looks to Coach Braddock on the sideline, gives a laugh. Coach Braddock, skip pass, gets it right back to him. 6 minutes flat. There it is, wide open, and it's good.
Pressure is up in their face more.
High arcing pass to Spade. Spade to Kincaid. Kincaid, the backdoor cut again, and it's good. Alexander now. Alexander in the center of the floor, slowing it down. Cox, NBA 3. That's good.
Anticipation.
Kincaid, great hands, got the numbers game. Hines guarded by Cox, gets it back to Kincaid. There's the cut, there's the lay-in, there's the finish.
There's not anticipation.
She has been absolutely
another rebound
fantastic in the passing lanes. Speaking of Kincaid, she's on the drive, gets it swatted again. Fantastic basketball. They'll move on. As Coach Bright mentioned earlier, tomorrow at 11 o'clock has the backdoor cut in. Hines counted on the foul.
How many
bread and butter of the Tiger Cafe?
They had meatballs and chicken wings. Good pass that blow. Oh, offensive foul.
Oh.
Pushed off. Batting 1,000.
They're like Williams from 3 so far today. Perfect. Lay-in by Mitchell. Strong basket for 2. Broaddus just absolutely dominant on the boards. I feel like that's been one of the main reasons they've been able to get a lead so quickly and keep it. As a long 3 is nailed by Mitchell. All top-tier basketball. As the ball gets stripped by behind, guess who? By Mitchell again. However, it's saved. Another open 3 by Ricketson. That's good.
Williams is hurt on the floor.
To start the count on the 2-step after the catch as Williams falls on the floor. Great save. Bounce pass to Mitchell. Up and under a layup. No good. This full court press. Not a lot of space to work with as Reeder drives, Euros, lay-in, no good. Krauser on miss, power dribble, back up and it's good. Cleaning on miss for 2.
Fast.
Especially the fact that they have the size and the speed. Great pass to Williams. Williams an even better pass on the bounce. Great full court offense by the Lady Bulldogs for 2. Quinley dives, doesn't get the ball though. Looks like it was intended for, but instead it's stolen away. And swatted away by Mitchell. Mitchell hole palming the back.
One senior.
Yep.
Everybody else is sophomores or juniors.
Long 3, no good, and there's Williams on another block. A third block. 2 blocks in a row.
Holiday season, she was in the...
She thought she was going to get a little pass because of Christmas.
Right.
Great find and even better cut and finish.
How many times have we seen it today?
One thing about her, she'll tell you when she's open. That's for sure. That's Quinley. Set of the feet. Fires for 3. That's good. Off of the skip pass.
The one I told you about.
Percentage now as it's bobbled. Stolen away by Quinley. Quinley 2-on-1. Scoop layup. Counting on the foul.
It's great body control.
Especially this big of a court.
You know, great crowd here so far, too. Beautiful crowd. I love to see that. Watch the girls and the boys play.
Even with the weather, a volleyball spike. Tough rebounds eventually brought down by Broaddus. Broaddus controls the center of the floor. Up to Bradley. Bradley pulls up, high arcing 3. That's good. Gardner on the drive, coast to coast, but didn't have a boat. Rebound brought down by Singler with 6:25 left. Here's Bradley, 2-on-2 break into contact. Up under, counted on the foul. Chambers gets it to Tatum. Tatum for Tatum pulls up for 3. The bank is still open at 5:07 on a Thursday. Bradley into the middle of the floor, kicks to the corner, is Broaddus for three. Another from the corner won't go. Tough rebound by Bradley. He skips through. Follow-away bucket is good.
Number 12.
Right in front of the Tatum bench. Campbell looking for something. Has Gardner on the drive up and under, and it's in for two.
We're going to do the tush push on this play right here.
It's a great pass. And almost had it done. The foul.
We almost had it done.
As Bradley comes up.
I was worried about Bradley. Came down a little awkward there. We know his knee's been hurting him.
A Sigler pound dribble, counted on the foul. Transition tonight. With it is Gardner. Gardner on the far side. Jab steps, gets downhill. Double team now. Crosses back over. A little razzle dazzle. Lay-in, and it's good for two. Oh, good. Snatched away by Sigler. Sigler on the break to Chambers. Chambers rises. It's outswatted by Gardner, and a foul is called. To De Souza, gets it tipped away. Gardner on the break. It's one-on-one. Layup, switch of the head through the air. Wow. Pockets. It's Campbell. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Open three at the horn. Backboarded in. Off the window. Clock on a three. Thought it would have been a foul call, especially since that foul was called on that possible dunk. Has a lob pass, skip, back over, layup is good. That was the ball. Johnson triple threat going up against Broaddus. Bradley almost lurked that ball down. Gets it to Duke, he'll get through behind the back pass to Campbell. He's got to finish it off here. Three ball is good. It's getting baskets made. And even having the tall task regarding Bradley, even though Bradley's pretty much had his way so far this game. That's a great dump ball play, and it's good by Chambers.
Well, you know,
off for the Tigers. Back to Moore. Moore has the ball for three. No good. Blocked by Rowland. Ward's going to have to defend better. Nice block. But they call a body block. That was a bad possession there.
Then Hall coming down with it.
For three. And it's good.
Wow.
Christopher gives it to Purdue. Purdue going to the rack. Gets nice block by the Wolves. 12 seconds remaining in this half. Nice block by Rowland. Rebounded by Cartwright. Cartwright on the fast break for the Wolves. Cartwright going coast to coast. And it's good. Bucket is good.
No good three.
No good. Wolves on the break, on fast break.
Cartwright to the
Cartwright. Watch that off arm, guys. Purdue with the layup. There. 3 minutes left in the quarter. For three, Brooklyn. From downtown, Landon Smith for the Brooklyn Wildcats. You could possibly see this one, Brooklyn in 1A state game, and you possibly see Shelbyville in the 2A. You never know. Nice bucket by number 11, Landon Smith. Brooklyn back for three. Good! By number 2, Zach Beckett. To Geechee. Geechee has the basketball. He goes in. It's good! Nice reversal by Geechee team. Bucket is good. We have one. Morgan is answer back.
The resilience of a great team. I mean, it's a deep
for three. It's good. Ooh. From downtown.
Methodical. They just slice right through
They slice right through it. They don't do all that passing like the average team does. Ooh, nice block. But a good putback.
104 left in the ball game.
That might be in the dagger there, Mike.
I think it was already the
Barnes.
dagger.
Ooh. Nice. Ooh, he walked. And one.
Oh, that's ball game.
Mark.
floor in the second half.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps. More warm-ups, more cool-downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balancing.
More Bakari.
More rolling. More rolling. More rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we...
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
Day 2 of Tennessee Holiday Hoops is finally upon us after 9 straight hours of basketball. Yeah, you heard it, 9 straight. We are set for Day 2. Our opening matchup is a girls' gold bracket quarterfinal contest, one that many have circled on their calendars. It's the Tatum Lady Eagles led by head coach Patricia Nelson, coming out of 3A Region 2 District 16, going against the 7th ranked Broaddus Lady Bulldogs, led by head coach Nigel Boyles, out of 1A Region 4 District 27. Hello everybody, Jared Jones, happy to be with you with the coach Matt Bright. Coach, me and you, we have talked a lot about the matchups that we have coming up, and this one had a very, very special moniker because of the duos we have in this game that could possibly be facing off. Starting with Tatum, led by the 1-2 punch at forward and guard, and Andrea Bradley, as well as the big Camden Scott, the junior and senior respectively. As we know firsthand, they are killer, Coach.
Yes, we've seen them before. The thing about Scott, she's got to stay out of foul trouble. She stays out of foul trouble, Tatum can go a long ways in this tournament.
We talked with head coach Patricia Nelson, as always, happy and funny as can be as usual, Coach. Talked about that Flatonia game. As you brought up, Scott got in foul trouble early, well, pretty much early on in that third quarter at crunch time. Put him in a murky spot, but still was able to pull it out in an extra period.
Well, that just shows the depth of the Tatum Eagles, Lady Eagles, and the coaching style of Coach Nelson.
I mean, we love her to death. She's
Absolutely.
a fan favorite.
Absolutely.
And she's going to have her hands full against the number 7 team in the land, the Broaddus Lady Bulldogs, coming out of 1A Division 4, 1A Region 4, District 27. Coach, how did they get to this point in the tournament?
Well, you know, they beat the number 6 team in the state, Toledo, yesterday.
Oh, you know, just the number 6 team in the state.
16. You know, they put up 60. Both teams yesterday scored 63 points. So it should be this could be a barn burner.
It's going to be high scoring for sure. Both teams averaging over 60 points a contest. We saw Tatum play against top-tier competition, state-ranked competition, including the Reigns Lady Wildcats, who hopefully we'll have them in this gym a little bit later on today.
That's another coach that we love, too, that Reigns coach.
Head coach Lauren Jenkins, another fan favorite here on the Antler Sports Network. Thank you for joining us once again. This is game 2, game 1 of 2 of the semifinal of the quarterfinal matchups we'll have here on ASN1 as both starting lineups are being introduced. If you're also tuning in on ASN Radio, thank you so much for listening. Also, the continuous stream, which can also be found on the ASN1 main YouTube page, will have every single game. We had 9 hours yesterday, over 1,700 people viewed. Coach, I don't know about you, that's a fantastic number for a lot of basketball.
I love it. That means East Texas basketball is thriving.
Hey, you can't beat it, especially in an event like this. Broaddus, the designated hosting team, who wear their all-white tops and bottoms with a Broaddus Bulldog along the side and the back shoulder with blue lettering and numerals with a thick black trim. Tatum, the designated visiting team, coming out to our immediate right. They'll be in their all-green Adidas tops and bottoms with black and white piping across the sides of the jerseys and shorts. Scott's going to do the jumping. Scott is out there with Bradley. At the guard spot is going to be Patience Price, as well as Alicia Halton. And at the 2 spot, Now the secondary guard is going to be down to the number 12, Brianna Harris. For Broaddus, it's going to be Hey, as they like to call her, down to the number 21, Kaylin Williams. It'll be Yarbrough, who's out there, as well as Mitchell, Holloway, and Bridges. We are set to go here at Tenaha. First possession of Broaddus gets out to a quick bucket. That's 2 points already, Coach. And guess who? It's Hey, the chicken from Moana. Not her, though, coming up with a lay-in.
Well, we asked her earlier what the nickname for. She said from Moana, so I told her she got to sing at halftime.
Coach, could you sing the song?
No, I can't sing the song.
Oh, why not? Come on.
I told you I had the face for radio.
Bradley on the inbound gets it to Scott. Scott back to Bradley, gets it bobbled, and is Hey on the steal. I can't stop calling her Hey now. I have to remember she has an actual last name. It's Williams, by the way. With it is Mitchell, who had a fantastic first-round outing. This one gets tipped by Scott. It's Scott as well as Bradley on the break bounce pass. An extra bounce pass. Great pass, and Williams swats it away.
And well, that's the thing is that we have to remember her last name is Williams. She's the only senior that starts for Broaddus. Everybody else is sophomores.
All underclass and all playing extremely well. Offensive rebound corralled and missed by Cook. It gets tied up under the basket with Cook as well as Harris. Arrow is winning in favor of the Lady Eagles. We have our first shown ball of the game. And it looks like we might be seeing both teams, kind of get their jitters out, shake everything off. It's a 9 a.m. game on a Friday after a rough first day in terms of competition for both teams. As here's Bradley on the breakaway. Goes through contact, not going to get a call though. Williams will get her third rebound already of the game. Mitchell into the open floor. Gets to the center now. Bobbles in and will get whacked for the travel. Took a couple extra steps. Looks like she might have dribbled too high. Didn't have good control on it, Coach.
You can definitely tell that Broaddus can run with Tatum.
Oh, yeah,
They're
for sure.
Run. Both teams are going to run. This may be the only team that Tatum has faced so far this year that can run with them.
Beck will just try to go with them pace for pace and do it well as a long two. It's knocked down. Great big-time shot from Quinley. Her first bucket of the game. Reach foul is going to be called along the far side, right at the bottom of the Texas Tech maroon and black style tee. Reach foul is going to be charged against Mitchell. That'll be her first, team first of the quarter. And one thing I expect from both of these teams, I don't expect to see a lot of fouls. I expect a lot of disciplined basketball by both of these well-coached ball clubs.
And both of them are going to be, you notice they're going to run the press. If Tatum ever gets on the board, they're going to press. Mitchell is very aggressive on defense as well. We saw that yesterday.
Very aggressive, almost like a bat out of hell. 6:37 left. Broaddus up 4-0 after giving us the second jump ball of the game, and it will be Broaddus basketball. Here's Mitchell now. Mitchell swing to the far side of the open floor is Yarbrough. Yarbrough up to Williams. Hey Williams. We'll try to switch those up, and it's tipped by Scott. It's deflected. Tatum almost came up with a steal. Said it was going to be a backdoor pass intended for Quinley, and it's out of bounds. The Lady Eagles will still get the basketball. Now the question is, how important is Scott going to be against this press break, especially in situations like this into the open floor? It's intended for Halton, but Williams again comes up with it. She has a block, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals already. She has everything but points.
Well, that's why she's a senior leader.
It's a straw that serves the drink for sure for this Lady Bulldog team on offense and defense. Mitchell from the parking lot. Back iron, no good. Rebounds corralled by Harris. Harris gets it up to Bradley. Bradley now crosses over into the center of the floor. It's a 3-on-1 great bounce pass. Head fake. Layup is no good by
Another
Halton.
rebound by Williams.
That's 5 for her and draws a foul. That'll be a block foul under the opposite basket. At least we believe it to be a blocking foul. Don't know. Looks like no. This is going to be out of bounds, and it'll be Tatum basketball. Huge break for the Lady Eagles, who really haven't been able to get into the half court and get anything going on offense.
I didn't see that. There's Scott for the first time.
And gets absolutely rejected. Huge block by Macy Cook. Cook was negated pretty much at the back end of that Saltillo game in the first round due to foul trouble as Bradley lets go of her first 3. Long shots, no good. Rebounded by Mitchell with a head of steam. Doesn't have numbers, though. It's 4-on-2, and this is the speed of Tatum and how it could come through in the clutch, especially in transition. Scott, baseball pass. It's 1-on-1 with Bradley. Through contact, laying is no good. Tries to get on rebound, and guess who? It's Williams tying it up. Spins, won't get a rebound tally. However, it will go out of bounds and stay with Tatum, and that's 3 open break opportunities for the Lady Eagles, Coach, and 3 misses, and not a single point on the board with 5:11 left in the first.
And Coach Nelson is not happy. She wanted a call, she wanted a foul call, and she didn't get it.
Instead, we'll have to settle for a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. It's 4-0 Broaddus in the early going on Holiday Hoops on the Anthem Sports Network.
Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy. Well said, Sam.
Get 1.9% APR for 60 months plus no payments for up to 90 days and $1,000 bonus cash on a new F-150.
Back in 10 for day 2 of our coverage of Holiday Hoops here on the ASN family of platforms. Scott kicks to Ratley. Thought she was going to take him 3. Instead, will take a runner. And the dry spell continuing for the Lady Eagles offense after the rebound from Cook. Now to Mitchell. Mitchell directing traffic. Long 3 from Quinley. No good. Rebounds brought down by Halton. By Harris, excuse me. Harris gets it up to Halton. Halton donning the number 4. Gets it to Scott down low. Too much on it. A little too high. It's out of bounds. It'll be Broaddus basketball. And that's yet another empty possession. That's 9 in a row now for the Lady Eagles. Slow start.
Tatum has to slow. They had to calm down. You can tell they're pressing hard right now. Broaddus is playing the tough defense, and Tatum's not adjusting to it.
At least not here in the early going. So a lot of basketball to Quinley. She'll set her feet. Thought she was going to fire a 3. Instead, we'll get it to Mitchell. Mitchell to Williams at the free throw line. Williams double, gets it bobble. Jump ball is called. It'll be Lady Eagles basketball. So the arrow will flip once again. So now the Lady Eagles, another opportunity to try to break this press. Getting down the floor is Harris. Harris 3-on-2 to Scott. Not enough on the pass. It goes out of bounds again. Yet another empty possession for the Lady Eagle offense. And you can look at Coach Patricia Nelson's face. Not happy at all.
No, I'm glad we don't have the microphone set up right now over here because we'd have to do a lot of editing.
That's what the delay is for. Hallelujah. Mitchell, great bounce pass out of the basket. No good.
But here's the deal. Broaddus has missed several shots underneath the basket as well, so it should be a lot more than 4 points right now.
Yeah, they've kept the Lady Eagles into this game, and this is yet another jump ball. This time it will be possession to Broaddus. We've seen more jump balls and field goal attempts almost from both teams combined. And that just shows the aggression that both teams are having on offense. But if you look at the score, that aggression not really generating much offense for either team.
And I hate to say it for Broaddus, but we've seen Tatum before, and keeping them in the game this close, this early.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous for Broaddus.
It's a recipe for disaster, as we've seen multiple times.
And there's another forced error, unforced error by Williams, throwing the ball out of bounds, trying to get the back door.
Hey, too much rushing on that one. 4:05 left to go in the first. It's only 4-0, with two teams that average well over 65 points a contest. Bradley on the breakaway. Chased by Mitchell. Crab dribbles, gets her on her back. Euro step, too much on it as sidewinding to the left side of the goal. Can't get it to go, and she's frustrated. Mitchell, lob pass into the open floor. Layup rolls, and it's good. And a timeout's going to be called by head coach Patricia Nelson. She has seen enough, and we will head to a quick break. 3:50 left to go in the first. Back in 30 seconds, our coverage of Holiday Hoops continues after this. Broaddus coming out of the timeout. They find themselves, I wouldn't say up big necessarily, but as my broadcast partner Matt Bright would tell you, the way they played pound for pound, they're just honestly playing better than the Lady Eagles.
They are.
3:40 left to go. Coming out of the break, Scott tries to get past Williams. No dice. Williams goes up, draws contact from Bradley. That'll be her first, and Williams will head to the line to shoot her first free throws of the day.
You know, that's what we did yesterday. She took the ball to the basket, and she got on the free throw line.
Williams in her first round matchup against Saltillo went 4 for 6 from the charity stripe. First free throw is good. A Broaddus team that shoots on average about 77% from the charity stripe per contest. Williams, wise and fires. A little bit, not enough on that one as Hey hits Nene on that free throw. 3:35 left to go. See the nod of approval?
I like that. That was good.
Thanks, Coach. A little over 3.5. Now it seems like they're honestly just pressing up Bradley as the only person getting picked up in the half court. Now the double team. from Price, and it's stolen away by Williams again. That's still number 4 for her.
And Coach Nelson is not happy again.
Not at all. Not a happy camper in the morning. Wonder how many cups of coffee she had. Skip pass over to the far side. Setting the feet and firing is Yarbrough. Nails a trifecta.
And she did that yesterday. She hit a couple threes yesterday early and put Broaddus on the board early. It was almost another steal.
Yep. This time it's going to be out of bounds. As Broaddus is, might as well, not only designated as a home team on the bracket, but a short drive away from Tenaha, and especially in comparison to Tatum. And even for a 9 a.m. game, as Williams comes up with another steal, up the floor, Yarbrough lay-in is good on the breakaway for 2 more. And it looks like another timeout is going to be called by head coach Patricia Nelson. She's already called 2. Still waiting to see what it's going to be. Looks like it's going to be a 30. We'll take it with them. Back after this. Broaddus up 10-zip on Tatum.
Get holiday ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy. Well said, Sam.
Get 1.9% APR for 60 months plus no payments for up to 90 days and 1,000 bonus cash on a new F-150.
After the timeout, Coach Patricia Nelson, Coach Bright, not happy at all. You heard her in the timeout. She is not impressed with how her team has played.
Now, Coach Nelson usually smiles. You got a, smiling face, a very welcoming face, but you can see it right now. There's not a smile nowhere to be found.
There's a substitution now. For the first time, we'll see Hooker check into the game. Typically, we see Hooker in the starting 5, but this time coming off the bench. We know she's a fantastic rebounder. That could be the spark that they need, as she's also a solid ball handler and typically can play the 4 and the 5 spot.
Well, I was able to talk to the Flatonia coach last night at the hotel, and he told me that whenever they brought Hooker in off the bench, she hit a couple threes quick, and they got the momentum back on Tatum's side. So that's what he told me, that he thinks that's what beat them. And she came in and hit the 2 threes, and there's a 3-shot right there.
There it is, and that was her first shot of the game, and she was already in rhythm.
Yeah. One thing about Hooker we've noticed before, we've had him before, and we had him in the Gorman tournament. She's not afraid to shoot.
Not at all. She will catch and shoot out of nowhere, and a quick little blunder there, as she has a quick laugh about it.
My bad. That's what she said. Coach Nelson just turned back and just looked around.
I mean, it's 9 in the morning. Be sure to keep that in mind. 2.5 left to go in the first. High pass, and it's high pointed by Scott like a defensive back. Jerry Jones, there you go. 2:25 left. Into the corner after recently checking out for a brief moment. As Halton is
now Tatum's trying to get going. That's what they need to start doing. Beat the ball down the floor. Be able to run their press zone that they're running right now. We know how successful that is as a steal.
There it is. Bradley on the breakaway. Surveying the floor. Gets bumped by Yarbrough. Will draw a foul. That'll be her first. Second on the team in the quarter. And that shot by Harris might be exactly what the doctor prescribed if you're Coach Nelson and company.
But if you notice, Tatum picked up the energy whenever Hooker came in the game. She came off the bench, came in, the energy picked up. I'm not saying that she was the reason why, but
she's a big help, that's for sure. With it is Halton. Halton seeing the double team. It still comes towards her. Yarbrough jabs it out of the way. Jump ball is called. Arrow is pointing in favor of the Lady Eagles, so they will take the arrow back. Listening on ASN Radio, Tatum going from right to left on your respective device. In 2 minutes, 2 minutos remaining in the first quarter. 10-12, that is. Broaddus up ahead early. At one point, they were up 10 as Yarbrough might have got a deflection on that Halton layup. It's out of bounds. It will remain here with 1:47 left. Now, the question is, what's going to give? Either the momentum shift, either going to be a Tatum momentum shift, or will this pressure, whether it be in the half of the full court, as Hooker hits the net this time, doesn't go out of bounds, as a layup from Bradley is no good. Gets her on rebound, though, fades away, no good either. And guess who comes up with it on the glass? It's Williams. Williams, high pass, point pass to Yarbrough, and draws the foul. That's going to be charged against Hooker. That'll be the senior combo's first, team second of the quarter.
Williams is just dominant right now on the board. She's got 6 or 7 rebounds already, 4 steals.
As Yarbrough will come to the line for the first time today. Yarbrough lines and fires. Rattles in and out, no good. As we see Coach Boyle speaking with both Quinley as well as Mitchell to the other side of the timeline. Second shot from Yarborough is good. So 13-12 now our score. Leeway pass is almost snatched away by Mitchell. Mitchell pretty much traveled the length of the floor, or the width of the floor. Came from talking to the head coach over here to the close side sideline to us and blitzed across and almost came up with a steal.
Well, if you notice what Broaddus is, it's like they're anticipating. It's like they know what play is coming.
Reach foul, charge against Bradley. Ooh, boy, that's 2 on her already, Coach.
That could be trouble for Tatum.
Oh, yeah, foul trouble again, rearing its ugly head. That's third on the quarter for the Lady Eagles. 2-3 zone now being implemented by Tatum. Yarborough looking to go down low to Cook, and they do. Travel violation, it's called. And that was what really prevented Cook from getting going against Saltillo in the early going of that game. Her post positioning just wasn't as consistent as it typically is. As Bradley checks out with 2 fouls, Addison Saunders, the sophomore forward, will be checking into the game. So, notice Broaddus awaiting that trap as soon as they cross the timeline. That middle pass was intended for Scott, but it's snatched away by Williams. It goes out of bounds. It will remain Tatum basketball. And, Coach, I don't know about you, but honestly, they have 2 of their, at least arm-wise, their lankiest forwards sitting at the middle of the timeline, waiting for that first pass. Have someone come up or maybe even set a backside screen on one of the outside defenders to give them some space, whether it be for a bounce pass up the lane or even to get that middle pass.
They haven't adjusted. They have to be able to adjust, and they have not adjusted to it yet. I'm sure Coach Nelson was going to point that out in the quarter.
Oh, I'm sure. With a minute left. Coach Nelson, the Lady Eagles down 13-2. And the way Broaddus has played this doesn't seem like an insurmountable lead. It doesn't seem like what it may look like on the scoreboard. As on the drive, Scott takes the block. As we'll take another look at that here since we have the beauty of instant replay. Take another look. We'll slow things down as Scott gets whacked for the charge. Goes a pass over and
moving.
See that back foot move slightly. After the first free throw is no good. Mitchell at the line for the first time today. Second shot rattles in. And a quick substitution's gonna be made. Nope, didn't get it in quick enough. 44 seconds and counting. Getting downhill is Harris. And Harris, that's one thing she is definitely good at, getting downhill and into the open space with that blinding speed. She's faster than most people think. That acceleration is off the charts.
Yeah, she can move up and down the floor pretty good.
She's got a V8 for ankles. A V8 Hemi, rather.
It's good to see that her knee is, the last time we had them, her knee was messed up a little bit. It's good to see her.
Yeah, we see knee braces on both knees, but nothing really heavy. As a foul is going to be called, a reach against Macy Cook. That'll be her first, team third of the quarter. Both teams now sitting at 3 fouls apiece with 37, well, just under 38 seconds left. Down screen is set by Scott. They get it to her. Heavily contested pass has caught. Firing for 3 is Halton, no good. Rebound is brought down by Broaddus. Now Williams, head of steam. 27 seconds left. Bounce pass to Cook. Cook, an extra bounce pass under the basket. It's no good by Kinley Bridges. Now it's Harris. Bounce pass to Halton. 18 seconds left. Skip pass to Hooker. Well, no, she'll let it fly. No good. Side iron it off. However, Tatum has another chance at it here. Halton sets her feet short. 9 seconds left. Ball is still contested. 7 seconds now. 6. Williams has it with 5, 4, 3, 2. Half court heave incoming. Oh, back iron, no good. And that's how we'll end the first quarter of play. Tatum showing signs of life, however, still find themselves down here in the quarterfinals. This is the Lady Bulldogs 12, Tatum 2. Back in 1 minute on the Antler Sports Network.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps. More warm-ups, more cool-downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balancing.
More Bakari.
More rolling. More rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we.
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
Breakfast and 10 on. And our meal, good old-fashioned basketball. Second half is set to begin here in the SEC. 14-2 our score has brought us up early. But it's a bit of a double-edged sword because, as my broadcast partner, Matt Bright will tell you, that second quarter, the end of that first quarter, Fort Tatum looked a lot better than they did in the early half.
It looked a lot better. They just didn't have any points on the board, but I guarantee you Coach Nelson has made some adjustments.
Mitchell, kick to the corner. Quinley for three. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound is corralled and finished by Mitchell under the basket for two.
We talk about it every game. Offensive rebounds.
That's it. That's the end-all, be-all. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch was by Quinley. As they inbound right in front of the Broaddus bench. Trap, Hooker somehow splits it, but barely loses possession. Stolen away by Cook. Cook up to Mitchell. Mitchell in the center of the floor. Has numbers to Yarbrough, who pivots and will get whacked for the travel. Tatum, taking a Patience Price, will check in for the first time today. With 7:26 left to go in quarter number 2.
You know, she came in for Hooker, who came in for Bradley because Bradley's in foul trouble early.
Yep, that's a great thing to bring up, Coach. Once again, the senior guard, in case you're just now tuning in. Bradley, arguably the best player on this Tatum team, on the finger roll. Finish by Scott's no good. Bradley has 2 fouls and currently sitting on the bench. It's fair to say she's going to be on the bench for a while. High pass is intercepted by Halton.
And Coach did not like that pass at all, but especially from the senior making that pass.
Yeah, Scott takes a whack on the way down. No foul call, though, and this one's going to be a reach foul this time, though. If it's against Yarbrough, that could spell trouble.
It is.
Yep, it is. That's a sophomore second. So that's now 2 important players for both teams, respectively. 2 for Bradley, now 2 for Yarbrough, who's been money from downtown in the first quarter. Inbounds pass to Halton. Halton around the horn. They get it back to her with 6:54. Pull-up jumper, bit of a runner. Too hard off the glass, no good. And now here's Mitchell with a head of steam. Has a numbers game. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Great pull-up jumper in open space by Quinley, and it's good. That's her second time shooting that shot. And Coach has been automatic, and it's a high-quality shot.
Absolutely. And the thing is that she knows she can make it, so she's just going to keep shooting it.
I mean, why not?
But if you notice, Broaddus has numbers every time. They're running the floor. Tatum's not getting back on the defensive side.
And Scott goes into the lane and draws a shooting foul. That one's going to be charged to Williams. That's Hayes first. Fair to say she's not chicken under the basket defending the ball.
I can't believe you went there. I like it, but
what's wrong with chicken puns at 9 in the morning, man? Scott's first free throw is no good. Talked to head coach Patricia Nelson before the game. She said free throws was a huge aspect as to why the Thorndale contest went to overtime in the first place.
She said they were 2 for 12 yesterday from the free throw line. 2 for 12.
Scott looking to at least split this trip, and she does. Scott gets her first points of the game. Didn't think I'd say that, at least in the second quarter. High pass is bobbled, and taking an absolute shot is Harris. Harris takes one right to the right eye. One thing we know about her, she's a tough cookie, but that was a huge hit.
That was.
As Harris is a bit slow to get up. Thankfully, Hooker is there to sub in. Looks like we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, though. Question is it an official's timeout or is it a timeout charge to a team? Looks like, yep, just confirmed with the table. Broaddus just took a timeout. Both teams now have 3 remaining. Man, Harris was absolutely walloped on that last play. As Harris and Scott both went for the basketballs, pass in the middle of the floor as Broaddus tried to beat that Tatum press. I'm trying to see if we can get a look. She's still sitting up, seems to be okay. About to get a check on her at the break with 6:17 left to go in the first half. And Coach, that could spell danger for Tatum.
With Bradley being in foul trouble and now Harris out with possible injury, Tatum's got to rely from the bench.
Yep, that zaps the guard depth significantly. Scott with Cook. Swing to the far side to Yarbrough. To Quinley. Quinley head fakes to Hey down low. Looking for a bounce pass in the middle. Instead can't, and will be stolen away by Halton, and she'll get tripped up. That's going to be on Cook, and that's Cook's second as well. So now that puts both Yarbrough and Cook on the docket in terms of foul trouble, 2 fouls apiece. As Lila Holloway, the sophomore, guess what? Another sophomore, will be checking into the game in substitution for her. Very young Broaddus team, and they all play well from the top of the roster to the bottom.
Yeah, and they're going to be strong for the next few years for sure.
Man, that is scary for the rest of 1A Region 4. Stolen away by the Lady Bulldogs. It'll be Mitchell with it. Mitchell kills her dribble. Gets it under the basket. Quick kick to the corner to Quinley. Quinley with 5:38 left to go.
Too many steps.
Yep, Holloway gets whacked for the travel call. With 5:36 left to go, and even Coach Boyle's calling her Hey Hey. You love to see it.
Well, we asked her how she got the nickname Hey Hey. We thought it was from the movie Moana, but it was the fact that Coach said she kept at practice, just kept saying hey, 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 and she finally turned around.
Hooker fires her three.
That's what they need to get going right there.
Hooker knocks out her first 3 ball of the ball game. She's 1 for 2 from downtown, and things could now start to get interesting. Coach, we know firsthand as Hooker comes up with a steal. Scott has numbers. It's a 3-on-2 break. Gets down Main Street into the mayor's office is Halton, but she didn't have an appointment on a Friday morning. 5 minutes left to go. Now it's Williams. Williams on the break herself. Up to Quinley. Quinley sets her feet, skip past to Yarbrough. She winds up and will get whacked for the travel. She could have just set her feet on the step back because the catch gave her enough room to set her feet and let it go, but took too many extra steps there, Coach.
You know, I would have liked to see Scott take that one to the basket instead of giving up the pass. I respect the unselfishness, but take it yourself.
You can be selfish by being selfless. As a high-ranking pass intended for Hooker's out of bounds. Got another turnover for Tatum, and this is the main, I guess you could say, the main concern as of now. You've shown that you can beat the press. You've seen that you can get into the half court. The question is, after you have momentum plays like that Hooker 3 moments ago, how do you capitalize? And on the open break, and it's swatted away. No, it's a foul call.
I'm not sure about that one. We had to look at replay on that. I don't know. They look like all ball to me.
Well, let's take a look at that replay. This and all replays for today's broadcast are brought to you by Bink's Quick Stop and Scott. I don't know, Coach.
Unless she called the hand on the side. On that, but I've seen all ball.
Second trip to the line for Yarbrough. First shot is good. 19-6 with 4:44 left to go. Substitution now, and look who's coming back. It's Harris shaking it off. Seems to be okay.
Do we really think she wasn't going to play anymore?
No, I had a feeling. As an offensive rebound is brought down and out of bounds by Holloway. As Harris tapping the table, gives a smile to some fans behind us here as Scott will check out. So now that will move Hooker to the pseudo 5, and Saunders will move to the 4. So a small ball lineup might be what the doctor orders, especially with the zone that they particularly play. Yarbrough, skip pass to Quinley. Quinley, we've seen her shoot threes from there. As Quinley drives, layup is good. Right down coast to coast from the wing for 2 more.
You know, when you look at this bracket, we've seen the schedule come out yesterday. We knew who was playing who. Jared, did you sit there and think under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter that Tatum would only have 6 points?
I would think that you would be crazy. Because honestly, we know Tatum is an extremely streaky team. Not only are they streaky, they can bury you quickly. And so far, Broaddus just hasn't given them the chance to. And mainly because of a reason like that. Defensive pressure before they fully get into their half-court offense. As Yarbrough on the layup, it's no good. Gets her on rebound and gets tipped. Still looking to control possession. She does. Bounce pass intended for Quinley from Holloway. It's out of bounds. And Tatum can let go of a huge sigh of relief with 4:04 left to go in the second as they'll get the ball back.
Well, that's what we said earlier. Broaddus just got the steals, but they've also missed a lot of points and a lot of baskets underneath. It could be a lot worse than 21-6 right now.
Great call, Coach. With it is Saunders. Saunders kicks. Looking for Harris. Is Halton too much mustard on that pass. As now here's Mitchell. Mitchell's guarded by Halton. Mitchell's on the floor with Yarbrough. Hey, Holloway, and Quinley. Hey, and Holloway. That seems like a law firm. So layup's no good. Follow up by Mathis. By Mitchell's also no good. And Harris gets whacked in the face again. Seems to be a lot quicker recovery, though.
Well, one thing about it, she definitely, you know, they say boxers, she does not have a glass jaw. She does not have a glass jaw.
She can take a punch better than Mike Tyson, that's for sure. Fastest bobble, current Mike Tyson.
Well, Mike is 74 years old, so.
Layup's no good. And the end one finish by Mitchell, and she lets him hear it on the foul.
Offensive rebound.
Yep. Once again.
And that's the thing, is that you can't give a team like Broaddus 2 or 3 chances in possession. They miss it, you've got to get the ball. You cannot give them 2 or 3 chances.
And it looks like it's going to be a timeout called by the Tatum Lady Eagles. It'll be a 60-second timeout, and we'll take it with them. Back in a minute. Our coverage of Holiday Hoops on the ASN Family platforms continues after this.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps. More warm-ups, more cool-downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balancing.
More Bakari.
More rolling. More rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we...
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
After the full timeout from head coach Patricia Nelson and the Tatum Eagles, Mitchell ahead of the line for her and one layup and knocks it down as we have a stoppage as Bridges will check in for Yarborough. Also substitution and reinforcements are back on the floor for Tatum.
Bradley's back on the floor.
As well as Scott.
Bradley with 2 with 3:22. She's got to be careful here.
It'll be Saunders and Bryce who will check out of the contest. Valuable minutes from them as well. Now both teams, well, Tatum has their starting, I would believe would be their starting unit. On the floor is Harris as well as Haltom, Scott, Bradley, and Hooker. Hooker in the corner, jab steps, gets across. They go around the horn now to Bradley. Bradley, Euro step, lay-in is good. As Bradley comes off of the bench, already making things happen on the offensive side of the ball. With 3 minutes left to go. As we see now, that was really the quickest possession they've had in terms of moving the ball. Skip pass now into the open arms of the tall Kinley Bridges. Back to Quinley. She fires from the corner. No good. Wide iron and off. Battling forward is Bradley as well as Bradley as well as Holloway. Holloway's played a lot of minutes as well, especially with Yarborough and Cook with 2 fouls apiece. Mitchell fires. Also back iron, no good. Rebound by Bradley. Bradley and the Lady Eagles have numbers. It's Hooker. Catches, fires for 3. Side iron, no good. Mitchell has numbers already as well. It's 2-on-2. Kick to the corner. Quinley winds for 3. That's good.
That's her spot. She hit it there yesterday. She's done it twice today.
Quinley has been money from the corner all tournament long, and that looks like it's going to continue on the breakaway layup. It's no good from Halton. A lot of chicken left on the bone by these Lady Eagles, especially in transition as it goes out of bounds. It will be Broaddus basketball. Foul is going to be charged to Halton, a loose ball foul. That'll be her first.
Team number 3.
Third on the team this quarter.
That was a frustration foul. She missed the layup.
That's Quinley back in the corner again. Flies, no good.
Bradley got a piece of that one.
Scott comes up with the rebound, gets to the sideline, trapped. It was almost soccer rainbow flicked by Harris, who put a little too much on it. As Quinley now into the open floor, guarded by Harris, gets it across the timeline. This time he Bridges for 3. No good. Bradley on the board with 1:45 left to go on the first. Bradley on the break now. Across the floor, is going to take it herself. Mitchell thought she was going to take a charge. Bridges comes down with the board, looking for Mitchell and gets it to it behind her with 1.5 minutes and counting. Mitchell doubled, looking for Hey, but Hey nowhere to looking at the basketball. Now it's Scott. Scott going to take it herself this time and will go up and draw the foul for 2.
Both teams are looking tired.
Yep, very tired.
Very tired.
I mean, not only has it been a hard-fought game for both teams, but it's also 10 in the morning. That sure doesn't help. As Scott, second trip to the line today. She's 1 for 2 after splitting her last trip. First shot, front iron, no good. On the floor for Tatum, it's Harris, Hooker, Scott, Bradley, and Halton. We'll get Broaddus reset in a second after Scott knocks down the second free throw. She's now 2 for 4. On the floor is for Broaddus is Mitchell, Hey, as well as Bridges, Quinley. At the 5 spot is Bridges. And speaking of Bridges, wide open out of the basket, too much on it. Scott tips it and will draw the foul. That will be called on Quinley. That's the combo guard, sophomore's first. And team 5th of the period, at least by the scoreboard's mark. And yep, that is their 5th. So that will at least put Tatum on the line for the remaining minute 13 in this half. So that could play to their advantage to try to chop down this lead, but still a long hill to climb, but a very climbable hill.
It could if they can make the free throws. We know what Coach Nelson did, and Scott made that one, but we know what Coach Nelson said about the free throw shooting yesterday.
We'll hear from executive producer Justin Jackson at the half. The second free throw was good. Big trip to the line for Scott. Could be a huge confidence booster as well. Here's Williams trying to beat this Tatum press. Into the middle of the floor now. Kick to the corner. It's Mitchell. She'll take her second three of the game. Back iron won't go. Rebounded, controlled by Broaddus. Williams saves it. Swings across to Mitchell again. Mitchell gets downhill. Euro step. Didn't have a passport though. Ball gets tipped. Last touch by Broaddus. It'll be Lady Eagles basketball.
Once again, 3 or 4 trips to the goal and they missed it. Open shots.
Yep. 46 seconds left.
It should be a lot worse than what it is.
Hooker will take another 3. Not enough on it as Harris drives. Seems like she didn't get full control of the basketball as Scott finishes and the foul.
That's what Tatum needs right now. They need Scott to start being more dominant underneath the goal.
Especially with the foul count being what it is. As Scott will head to the line for the 3rd time today.
Well, she's done a good job staying out of foul trouble so she can be more aggressive.
Shot from Scott, though, is no good.
Have to be able to make the free ones.
36 seconds left to go in the first half of play. And again, for the Lady Eagles, honestly, if I feel like if they play like this against any other team, they would be much closer in the scoreboard department as Hooker fires another 3, too much on it, out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Broaddus, and it will stay Lady Eagle basketball. But I don't know, Coach. I feel like, again, if they play like this against almost any other team, they'd be fine.
Mm-hmm. You can't do that against Broaddus, though.
Nope, they're the number 7 team in the land for a reason. As Scott rises up and will draw the foul, Williams, that'll be her second as well. So Hey gets her second foul, and Scott will go to the line once more. I believe this is her 4th trip to the line.
So that's 3 starters now, 4 Broaddus with 2 fouls.
Yarborough, Williams, and Cook, respectively. First shot from Scott is good.
You know, and that's the thing we talked about earlier. Broaddus just letting the Lady Eagles stay in it, and we know that they're a second half team.
Second shot from Scott is good.
We know that Coach Nelson's going to make the adjustments.
Halton will draw the foul after tripping up Williams, as she's a bit slow to get up.
That's her second. Oh, she's hurt.
Hopefully Hooker trying to help her up. She pops up, seems to be okay, and we'll check out momentarily. Understandably so, with only 26 seconds left. For the first time today, we're going to see for Broaddus, Aaliyah Wilson. Gets Gets it over to Mathis. Well, to Mitchell, excuse me. Mitchell at the free throw line. 18 seconds left. Pivoting. Kicks to the outside to Bridges. Now back to Mitchell. 13 seconds and counting now. Guarded by Hooker. Mitchell the runner. Back iron won't go. Rebounds bobbled by Scott. Broaddus still has possession. Turnaround jumper. Back iron no good. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Bradley's going to have to heave it from half court. It'll be well short. And that's how we will head him to halftime. While we have a brief moment, we're going to try to hear from our sideline reporter, Justin Jackson, as he has brought his head coach Boyles with us. Justin, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here live with Coach Boyles. Coach Boyles, quick questions.
Yes, sir.
How do we keep a lack of complacency from happening with the pending blowout?
Well, I mean, these last 2 minutes, we've done a lot of dumb fouling, and we put them on the free throw line, and we've let them creep back in, and now we've put ourselves in a little bit of foul trouble and had to sub in some positions that normally don't play those positions. So hopefully the third quarter will be a little bit better to us, and we can get half with just 2 fouls and move on.
Okay. Well, the last thing, you're trying to keep them in playing position. They're starting to force some shots.
Yeah.
So how do we get them back into the form of Broaddus style play?
That's the trick, because when you got a bunch of kids that are fast switch kids anyway and they like to play fast, sometimes when you don't need to play so fast, it's hard. So it's just a learning process of knowing when to take the shots we want. And I always tell them, I don't care what shots you take, just hit them if you're going to take them, you know. So we're just rushing some things right now. We're being really sloppy on defense right now, and we got to get back to being us in the second half.
All right, Coach. Well, I don't want to hold you up. Thank you for the interview. Have a good day. All right, back to you guys at the table right here at Antler Sports.
Thanks, Justin. Fantastic as always. Coach Boyles and her Lady Bulldogs up at the half, 27-15. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll hear from Cisco girls head coach Brent Kilpatrick. Our coverage of Holiday Hoops on the ASN Family platforms continues after this break.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps, more warm-ups, more cool-downs, more Sam,
More movement,
more Jessica,
more balancing,
more Bakari.
More rolling, more rolling, more rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we...
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
Welcome back to the Anytime Fitness Carthage Coach's Corner as we continue. The Don himself, Donna Fallon. Happy to have you with. And happily joining us via the XL4 Carthage hotline is Cisco girls head coach Brent Kirkpatrick. Coach, the time is now. This is about as big as it's going to get in terms of competition. And you've already gotten pretty deep into district. You've already played 2 games in district play, both of them pretty simple wins or handed wins. How has your team looked, at least in the early going in district play? What thoughts do you have about your team? What improvements do you think you need to make ahead of this massive tournament?
Well, we're 3 games in right now in the district, and we've actually got a couple injured during that time, and we're trying to get them well and get them going so that we can compete there at Ten Hall. I know it's going to be a great tournament with some really good competition there. We're so excited to go. We're just trying to get well so we can hold our own.
First round you have against Huntington. That game will be right here on the Antler Sports Network. What have you seen from this Huntington squad? What are you looking forward to seeing, and how are you expecting to counter what the Lady Devils throw onto the floor?
Well, I see a really, really good team. Just, the entire field is just, it's a talented bunch of coaches and extremely talented athletes. And, it's a lot different for us. You know, the East Texas game is a little different from what we're used to out west, but we're really excited to go down there and give them a try. As far as Huntington goes, you know, they're a pretty good 3A school. You know, it's going to be tough. We're just excited to be there.
Now, Coach, Cisco Lady Lobos not too bad themselves, sitting in a top 5 spot of the recent TABC rankings released on Monday. Talk about your team, yourself, your coaching philosophy. Who is Coach Kirkpatrick and who are his Lady Lobos?
Well, my Lady Lobos are a bunch of hardworking kids that, you know, they show up every day ready to get after it in practice and can't wait to get to the games and work hard. You know, it's kind of the way Cisco is, the town. We've got a bunch of hardworking kids that really do everything you ask them to do. So as far as a coach, it's easy for me. Just show up and get after them a little bit, and they get right to it. As far as my philosophy, you know, we try to run fast, put a little pressure on people, and have fun doing it. That's about it for us. Just get after it and have fun.
Nice, sweet, and simple. You can't beat that, Coach. Talking about how great this tournament field is, you brought it up a couple of times in this short discussion. How can this tournament help propel your team to greater goals? You made a pretty deep playoff run last year, but what can you take from this tournament to go even farther than you did last season?
Well, the last few years we've made a pretty good run, but we haven't really gotten over the top, you know, to get to the state tournament, and that's our goal, I guess, is to go down there and see, you know, some of the best in the state in a different part of the state, and maybe propel us into a different spot that we haven't been to yet, and that's, you know, that's our goal, is to go down there and see some really good competition right here, you know, during Christmas, right in the middle of the district, and maybe, you know, propel us into something special.
Now, Coach, finally, of course, Christmas time, the holiday season, it's a time of good and even sometimes bad. So a double-ended question here. What is your all-time favorite Christmas gift? And you don't have to say any names. Have you ever been given a gift that makes you scratch your head and wonder why they would ever give you something like that as a Christmas present?
Well, man, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Well, let's start with the best gift. What's the best gift you've ever gotten? We can go from there.
I guess my best gift ever was probably when I was about 8 years old. It was a Nintendo. And I thought that was the greatest thing ever, as every 8-year-old kid did in the 80s. Back in the 1900s, you know, we all thought that was the coolest thing ever. So that's probably it. Hadn't topped it in, you know, 30-plus years, I guess. So as far as the worst gift or the craziest gift, I don't know if I really have one.
So let's talk about that Nintendo. With the original games, did you have Duck Hunt? And if you do you still have the original gun?
No, I don't have the original. But yes, it's Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers. Yeah, every kid's dream.
I mean, you can't beat it. So for this Christmas, what do you hope Santa leaves under the tree for you this holiday?
Hopefully some healthy players so we can go to Tenaha and represent our little area of Eastland County here.
Well, from West Texas all the way to Tenaha, it's a big-time drive. About how long of a drive is that going to be if you could ballpark it?
It looks like 4.5 hours.
Ooh, good night, nerves. Hopefully on a charter bus, or are you on the Yellow Hound?
No, we've got a charter bus that we're taking.
Hey, at least you're going to be comfortable on that 4+ hour drive. Coach, happy holidays. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with us. Any closing thoughts?
No, sir. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. We can't wait to get out to you.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps. More warm-ups, more cool-downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balancing.
More Bakari.
More rolling. More rolling. More rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we...
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
About 30 or so seconds left to go until quarter number 3 takes place here in the SEC. Home of the Tenneha Tigers. Now it's weighing hold to some girls gold bracket quarterfinal action between Tatum and Broaddus. Jared Jones, Matt Bright, happy to be with you. Coach, we got ourselves a barn burner coming up next directly after this game. Lipan and Mount Pleasant Chapel Hill. That's going to be fun.
Yes, and I was watching Lipan warm up. They've got 3 kids that are at least 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". They got two. I think, that dropped their kids off at daycare before they got here. I've not seen kids that, I don't know what they're growing on down there, but
we call kids like that, my friend, cornbread food.
Yes, for sure.
Third quarter, Tatum's going to get it coming out of the break. They're going to field Bradley as well as Harris, who has a hair tie now, Scott, Halton, and Hooker.
We'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Nelson made.
Jump pass intended for Hooker right into the breadbasket. She cuts, pulls up, fires for 3. Back iron, no good. But a line drive shot, though, and a very, very difficult shot to get open for. And she hit that. She shot that in stride.
She did. Got it quickly.
On the floor for Broaddus is going to be Yarbrough.
Why are you leaving her open?
Fires again for 3, and that's a question a lot of people have been asking. And she knocks out another 3.
That's her 3rd of the game from the same spot.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Broaddus basketball as Quinley is on the floor with Williams as well as Mitchell, Yarbrough, and Cook. One thing to note, Halton and Bradley for Tatum have 2 fouls, and Yarbrough, Williams, and Cook for Broaddus has 2 fouls. So keep that in mind as we continue. Great cross-court pass, and it will be a layup for Quinley and draw the foul.
Booker has her 2nd foul.
Yep, that's 2. So now 3 players for both teams have 3 fouls. Try to keep up with that. First of the quarter, we've played just over 30 seconds in period 3.
And I'm sorry, but I'm still just baffled how the Lady Eagles are playing this morning.
First shot from Quinley is good.
I'm not taking nothing away from Broaddus either because they're a great basketball team, but this is not the Lady Eagles that we've seen 2 or 3 times now, Jared.
Not at all. Quinley can't get the shooter's roll. Strong rebound by Harris. Upward pass to Halton. Great bounce pass up the floor to Bradley. Bradley Euro steps through a little contact. Nobody home. Rebounded by Williams. Haven't seen her on the glass in a while. It's Quinley. It's a 4-on-2 break. Reinforcements coming for Tatum, though. Ball is loose, and it's still controlled by the Lady Bulldogs. With it is Mitchell, who spins. Little razzle-dazzle. Great footwork for 2 points. Here's Bradley now. Coming up the floor, if you're tuning in on ASN Radio, Lady Eagles going from left to right on your respective device. 6:49 and counting. Bradley spins, has an opening, great bounce pass to Harris. Can't get it to go. Ball's last touched by Williams and out of bounds.
And Coach Nelson's just shaking her head. She's not even saying anything, she's just shaking her head.
Because she knows that's a great pass. She knows that's a great shot. It just couldn't convert. Stack set now. As Scott will take a long mid-range jumper, and she's got it.
They've got to get Scott going. If they don't have a chance to get back in this game, they've got to get Scott going.
Especially when she's knocking down the mid-range shot the way she has. It's going to be a drive.
Great defense.
Yep, great defense by Scott, keeping the hands up and solid. And coming up with a deflection now. Up to Bradley. Bradley's got numbers. It's 2-on-1. Making the bounce pass. Laying, it's good over Williams.
And Williams, Hey couldn't really do much. She only has 2. She couldn't afford to get 3rd.
Hey had the wings tied there.
Booker with a steal.
On the lay-in, and it's a foul.
There's her 3rd.
And Williams draws the foul. She is not happy at all because she knows she has 3 fouls and now trouble already. As we have seen many times before, Coach, these Lady Eagles, when they get to soaring quickly, it could be danger.
Yes. Coach Bull is asking about the foul.
As we take another look at that lay-in from Bradley. First free throw from Hooker is no good. And really, Bradley has been a bit slow to get going from the field. Second shot is good from Hooker. So, 33-20 with 6:05 left to go in the third. Slowly chopping down at this lead are the Lady Eagles. Great defense by Halton. Cuts off Mitchell. Picks up her dribble. It's going to be to Williams. Hooker, three-handed deflected and falls on the sideline. Didn't touch it. It's out of bounds. And it's Broaddus basketball. And Harris and Coach Nelson
Finally seen a smile from Coach Nelson, but
that's the first time I think she smiled since pregame. 5:50 left.
But I'm going to point this out real quick. If you notice, now that Tatum is starting to score, they're starting to get the ball in the basket. Now they can start running their defense. Great shot by Williams there. But they can start running their defense that gets them back in the game.
As Hooker leaning, saves it. Might have missed just to let go out of bounds to at least stop the possible transition basket. And Harris, a hard foul on Yarborough. And honestly, Coach, I'm not too mad at that foul. If you're going to foul him, foul the mess out of him.
That's what you do.
As Harris.
Yarborough is not the best free throw shooter for Broaddus, so it could turn out in Tatum's favor.
Yeah, especially since in that second quarter, Broaddus wasn't too good from the line, went 1 for 4.
It was good to see Coach Nelson smile, though, for the first time this morning. It may not have been a good reason to smile, but it's glad to see her smile.
Because they feed off of each other's energy, this Tatum team. And one thing about Broaddus, that's the first free throw for Yarborough is good. They can slash momentum in a hurry, especially with the three-point shooting of Quinley, as we've seen in the first 2 days. And, Coach, it seems like she hasn't stopped yet.
Well, we watched her yesterday in the pregame. Before the game, just out shooting around. Harris stepped over the line. That's another unforced turnover by Tatum.
Yep, an over and back foul is called. With just under 5.5 left to go. Substitution now. As Price will be checking in for the Lady Eagles. She'll be checking in for Halton. Quinley to inbound to Mitchell. Mitchell looking, skip past to Yarborough, and a loose ball foul. An offensive foul will be called. That's going to be charged to Cook, and that's Cook's third. So now Cook and Yarborough both have 3 fouls, Coach.
And Coach Boyles he still doesn't understand that call. I mean, even Ray Charles can see that one. She knocked him down. I mean,
the question is just the spacing on a baseline out of bounds play on a set piece. High pass to Scott. She high points it. Great find from Hooker. Even better finish. I feel like now Coach Boyles understands that the momentum is slowly but surely starting to turn here. It's over to Williams. Williams gets downhill. Skip pass to Mitchell. Hierarchy pass to Yarborough in the corner. Too much on it. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Lady Eagles basketball. Still up, still down though. 37-22 with a 4:57 left to go in the third.
But we've seen Tatum before in the past cut a lead quickly.
High pass to Harris, who tried to get it to Scott, but the pass gets deflected. She still ends up with it. Rising up, and that'll be 4 fouls on Williams.
4 on Hey.
And Boyles not happy at all. Already has a sub 4. And Scott will go to the line once again. Yeah. Boyles questioning the foul count. Book has 4. I have 4. You have 4.
And Coach Boyles is not happy about it. Letting her know.
First free throw from Scott is good. As Holloway will check in.
That's big. That's big for Tatum to get Williams out of the game.
Scott fires. Good. And we hear Coach Boyles still pleading her case with the official. I don't think the official's having much of it this early in the morning. As Hooker gets blown by. Mitchell. Great bounce pass. Yarborough. She'll let one go for 3. Top of the backboard won't go. Cook on the rebound. Great dish. Finish, and it's no good. As Scott will draw the foul. As now that's only, thankfully, if you're Tatum, that's only her first. Did they call that on Scott?
They called on Scott as a team, the third team foul.
Just making sure. Because I thought I heard a 5 from the PA. I got scared for a brief moment. Thinking, wait a minute, can I not count? This free throw is no good from Holloway. I still question if I can count sometimes. But, you know.
I got to take my shoes off.
Free throw is good.
Anything over 10, I'm in trouble.
Now with
a great pressure defense.
They're going to say it's off the hip. I think we can try to pull a replay here to check things out.
I'm not sure about that call. She touched it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. As Hooker on the drive, runner off the backboard won't go. Rebounds brought down up by Holloway. Holloway to Mitchell. trying to get past Harris. Harris right there on the hip, gets jumped double teamed by Bradley. Still looking. Harris playing extreme pressure defense now. With 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in the third period. Down low, it's Cook. Cook, drop step, won't go. Rebound, Scott. 38-24. Hooker on the breakaway. Won't go. Rebounds brought down by Yarbrough. Up to Quinley. Quinley has 2 on 2.
Too many missed layups. Too many missed opportunities.
Euro steps. No good, but drops the foul on Scott. Yep, that's 2 fouls on her. As Broaddus will head back to the line. And in games like this where both teams are playing aggressive, fast basketball, the free throw game is going to be pivotal with 3:46 left to go in the third. Halton looking to check in against Quinley.
The fourth quarter could come down to the free throw line.
It could, and if you're Coach Patricia Nelson, can you spell PTSD? The first shot rolls in good from Quinley.
You know, something I've noticed about Broaddus and Mitchell, the point guard, we know how fast Harris is. But Mitchell's just as fast as Harris.
If not even faster on some possessions. Free throw's good. That gets Broaddus to 40. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left. Hooker spins, pass is deflected, caught by Price. Price got to get a move on to get across the timeline, has Mitchell on her, so have fun with that. It's a high pass that's caught by Harris, and now the numbers game. Bradley steps up, spins, takes it 2, it's blocked, gets her on rebound though. It's tied up with Mitchell. Arrows pointing in favor of Broaddus. Coach Boyle's wanting a foul on a hold. And the arrow is going to the Lady Bulldogs as it looks like Bradley's a bit slow to get up and has a bit of a smile. Looks like she might have got the wind knocked out of her.
I don't think that's a smile.
Or maybe a cringe, and now there's a smile. Broaddus will take the basketball in front of the Tatum bench, and the arrow will flip.
I don't know if the fans listening to us on the radio or on broadcast can hear, but the fans here at the gym were starting to get a little edgy with the calls.
Both teams as Cook on the back away bucket for 2.
Lady Cook on the bucket.
3 minutes left to go in the third. Crunch time, Solibo falling. Price, her first 3 of the game. Short, gets her on rebound though. Now on to the reset, looking to get it to Hooker instead. Thought she was going to give it to Harris, a closer, probably easier pass. As now the double team. Halton up on Mitchell now. Mitchell gets it tangled up. On bended knee, trying to get the pass, and a timeout is called. It's going to be a full timeout for Broaddus. Both teams now sitting at 2 timeouts apiece with 2:38 left to go in the third. We'll take it with them. Back in 1 minute, our coverage of Holiday Hoops continues on the ASF family of platforms after this.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps. More warm-ups, more cool-downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balancing.
More Bakari.
More rolling. More rolling. More rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we...
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
After the Broaddus timeout, full timeout, both teams now sitting at 2 apiece. So a lot of basketball left to be played. However, Coach, I don't know about you, but I feel like this third has been the best quarter that Tatum has played after finding themselves down 12 at one point in the first.
Well, they've definitely played better this quarter, but the thing is that they're still down by almost 20.
Yep. 2.5 left. Mitchell, skip pass, strong skip pass to Quinley. Quinley to Yarbrough, who's back onto the floor. Yarbrough's out there with Cook as well as Bridges. Quinley and Mitchell on the floor for Tatum. It's Price, Halton, Hooker, Saunders, and Bradley. Bradley currently playing the 5 spot on the middle of that 2-3 zone. Hooker and Saunders on the wings. Up top of the zone, Halton and Price. Down low to Cook.
Broaddus has slowed it way down.
They know that this game can easily slip away from them. Slowing down the pace here. Skip pass. Quinley. She winds and fires. No good. A strong rebound. Cook. And a foul is called. It's going to be a jump ball. Tatum ball. Now, some Tatum fans asking for an over-the-back call, but the main thing is, if you want an over-the-back call, the defender has to initiate a box out. If it's just straight up and they reach over them, as long as there's no excessive contact to force momentum the other way into the player, then you can't constitute an over-the-back call.
And it's hard to call over-the-back call whenever you have one that's 3 inches taller than the other one.
Yeah, that's always a difficult call to make as Hooker winds and fires, won't go. Rebound Saunders, it's Bobble tied up. Yarbrough has it now. Rolls, no travel call though. Minute and a half, it's Quinley on the open break. Layup's no good. Mitchell, the follow-up. She can't get it either. Quinley, second chance to taking time to charm. No, it's going to be Mitchell who draws the foul. Honestly, I know we don't really criticize officials much, nor do we like to, but that Yarbrough on the far side elbow rolled halfway up 69, almost to Joaquin across into Logan's board. As Mitchell will head of the line, winds and fires. First free throw rattles in and good. For the first time today, we're going to see Berlea Williams, the freshman guard, check in. She'll be checking in for Saunders.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we haven't seen Williams before now. You know, we've seen her at the Gorman tournament. She came in off the bench early.
Second shot for Mitchell is good. Now here's Rattler looking to make something happen. Price, jab step, drives, great skip to Hooker. She's wide open, lets it fly, buries it. That's Hooker from downtown, exactly what the doctor ordered. And another three. I believe that's her second or third of the game. Minute, 5 seconds left to go. Yarbrough, jump pass to Bridges. Bridges kicks to Quinley. Thought she was going to have a clean catch and a possible response from three. To Mitchell with 57 seconds left. Coach, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last shot of the quarter.
Broaddus is going to hold it for the last shot, unless it's just a wide open.
Of course, as Price not going to give him the chance, comes up with it. It's a great pass to Altum. Open break, they need this, and they get it for two.
Good boy, Alton.
Alton gets that layup, making up for the missed layup she had in the first quarter. 35 seconds left, 44-29. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell, skip pass over to Quinley. Quinley in the middle of the floor to Cook. Great leeway pass to Quinley now. On the break, great bounce pass to a wide open Yarbrough. Too much on it. 24 seconds left. Bradley, up pass. Great lead pass to Price. Price to Hooker. She fires her three. She buries it again. Haley Hooker knocks down the
Tatum is getting on the run at the end of the quarter. The momentum is switching.
7 seconds, now 6 to Mitchell. 3 seconds, 2, 1 to Mitchell into the corner. They're going to get a final shot off as we end the third. Tatum snatching momentum away as we head to the final frame. We have 8 minutes remaining in this game. Winner goes on to the semis. Back in 1 minute. Our coverage of Holiday Hoops continues after this.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps. More warm-ups, more cool-downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balancing.
More Bakari.
More rolling. More rolling. More rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we...
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
As we head to the fourth, Jared Jones, Matt Bright having a blast in the SEC. 44-32 in a game that has absolutely shifted. Coach Tatum has taken over, especially in that last half of the third.
And Tatum was coming back out with the ones that they ended with. But why not? Keep the hot hand.
Hot hands.
It could come. You see Williams back on the 4-4.
Yep, keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. As Quinley drives against Hooker, lay-in. It's good! And the foul! Took a shot on the way up. Great body control to finish the lay-in. We take another look at that here as Quinley heads to the line for the first time today.
Yep. Well, you know, Quinley, we used to her shooting the threes the hard way. She's going to get it the easy way, hopefully. Here.
Free throws, good.
I didn't jinx her that time. Hey,
there we go.
I'm good. I'm 1 for 1 today.
The bright light may be out of here for Friday. 7:40 left in the final period. Broaddus after the and one. It ended up being converted. 47-32, they're up. Screen and roll, not much roll. Guess they don't like carbs. Open is Quinley on the break. Circus shot. Too much on it. Because Williams almost drove foul there. That was scary. Bradley now, 2 on 3. Great floater. Back iron. Can't get the shooter's roll. Ties it up, though, and falls to the floor.
Tatum's ball.
Yep, Arrows wanting what the Lady Eagles, so we will flip once again. That's another very important aspect of this game to keep in mind because we've seen a lot of tie-ups in this game.
Yep.
What happens when you have two very aggressive teams? Price looking to inbound. Has Yarbrough in front of her. It's a strong bounce pass for Williams. Williams looking for Price and has her to Haltom. She'll let go her first three. Looks like it was deflected. Stolen by Mitchell. Gets it back. Haltom to follow up. Won't go. Rebounds corralled by Cook. And now Mitchell on the break. Gets into the half court. Drives, hop step, layups, good. She goes coast to coast.
The momentum has definitely went right back to the Lady Bulldogs.
And that's exactly what they're getting against Saltillo. Saltillo had a pretty solid advantage of the first quarter. It was a 6-0 run for the Lady Bulldogs that shut that down quickly. Bradley will fire her first three of the game. Nobody home. Halton won't get the rebound, though. The kick out to Price on the reset. 6 minutes, 36 seconds left. Here in the SEC, a beautiful facility, and that's Yarbrough's fourth. No, that's Yarbrough's third, excuse me. Don't hit the panic button too hard just yet. However, Yarbrough has 3, Williams has 4, Cook has 3, Mitchell has 2.
I don't understand why Scott and Harris are not on the floor for the Lady Eagles.
I mean, you have to think. Scott has 2 fouls. Harris only has 1. I can understand Scott. You want to try to hold her for as long as you can, especially if the offense and defense are working well without her. Give her as much rest as possible because she's going to have to play some big minutes if Tatum wants to get back into this game. As Hooker drives, the bounce pass to Williams. Williams thought about shooting a 3, turns the corner. It's going to be a blocking foul called on the floor. If it gets Cook, that could be danger. Yes, it is. That's her 4th. So now Williams and Cook both have 4. Looks like Bridges will check in. No, that's Holloway who will check in. Hooker to inbound. Looking. It's a high pass and it's stolen away by Yarbrough. Yarbrough has Hey running to her left, extends the arm, rolling, spins, gets the foul on the shot. That foul is going to be charged to Halton, and now that's Halton's third.
And speaking of Harris, she's coming back in the game as well.
Yep, here she comes. Took 2 hard shots to the face early in this game, and she's still up and kicking. Wow.
And Scott's coming back in.
And now both teams.
The 2 that we just talked about, Scott and Harris being not on the floor, they're coming back on the floor.
With that free throw, Lady Bulldogs get to the half-century mark, 6:05 left. Both teams have pretty much their starting 5s on the floor. It's Mitchell, Quinley, Williams, Yarbrough, and now Holloway on the floor for Broaddus. Tatum has Price, Scott, Hooker, Bradley, and Harris. Second free throw is good. 51-32. You have to think a couple more empty possessions for Tatum. Can make this too far to overcome. Runner from Bradley is no good. Get it to Mitchell, the center of the floor. And a travel violation is called in the backcourt. With 5:51 left, Tatum will get the ball back into their own half. Right under the basket. Price will take it out. Down screen is set by Scott, looking to seal. They can't get the seal. Instead, it'll be a turnover. Mitchell, great pass to Quinley. Quinley, wide open, left-hand basket's good. And a timeout's going to be called by the Lady Eagles as they want to talk things over. Coach Richards and Nelson of the Eagles trying to come back. However, sand falling out of the hourglass. With 5:44 left to go in the final frame. Back in 30 seconds. So full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Antler Sports Network.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps. More warm-ups, more cool-downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balancing.
More Bakari.
More rolling. More rolling. More rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we...
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
After the break, Coach Tristan Nelson has one more timeout remaining. Jared Jones, Matt Bright here in Tenall, Texas for day 2 of our coverage of Holiday Hoops. Yesterday on Thursday, 9 hours of wall-to-wall basketball, Coach, from dusk to dawn. Wow. We have 2 more of these marathons to go. 5.5 left in this first contest in the girls' gold bracket quarters. Winner of this game will take on either Martinsville or Kuntz. As Scott, she'll let go over a 3 short. That's her first 3-point attempt that we've seen her take today, although, Coach, she made a long mid-range shot earlier.
She did. I think she's too far out of her range on that one.
Well,
but
it's
53-32. You've got to do something to get back in the game.
Right, so I can't really blame her for taking that either. Great spin on the run. Can't get it to go as Harris rises, and that's going to be a foul on Quinley, as Quinley will draw her second. Harris will head in the line for the second time today. She's 2 for 2 from the line.
I can just imagine Harris, after every practice, every game, she tries to take a ice bath or something. She gets beat up every single game we watch. But that just goes to show how aggressive she is.
So who was that on? Is that on me or you on the free throw?
That's on you that time.
Okay, I'll take it.
I was saying good things about her.
Well, I said she was 2 for 2 from the line today. My goodness. They can't even let me get the second shot out. Offensive rebound spot down by Harris.
That's what Harris does.
Does that negate it?
That negates it. She came back and got 2 points anyway.
I'll take it. With 5:02 left. Up to Yarbrough. Yarbrough on the open floor. And they shakes the contact. However, Bradley, an absolute brick wall. Yarbrough somehow falls on it, and a reach foul is called on the backside corner. Foul is going to be charged to Halton, and I believe that's her 4th by my count. Yep, that is indeed her 4th, confirmed by the PA. So now it's both Halton and Williams, the only 2 on the floor with 4 fouls apiece. Get it to Mitchell at the top of the key, and a travel violation is called as Mitchell looks over to the official, temporarily dumbfounded.
And so was Coach Boyle. She was like, don't worry about it.
Coach Boyle is keeping these referees on their toes here at 10 in the morning. You love to see it. She is letting them have it. 4:50 and rolling here in the 4th quarter. Hooker looking for that 3. Sidestep, sets her feet, fires. Can't get it to go. Guess who? It's Harris on the rebound. Gets tied up with the Yarbrough. Arrow is pointing in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. It's going to be Broaddus ball. Tatum back in that 2-2-1. Full-court track. Swing over to Mitchell. Great cross-court pass to Williams now. As Williams looking to direct traffic and slow things down now. As Yarbrough. Down low to Holloway. Williams still has a knockout of 3. She's done about everything else. And speaking of knocking down 3s, here's Quinley.
We know she'll lock them down.
Oh, yeah. We know she will shoot the ball at will. She cuts, gets to the corner. Was open momentarily, but Bradley's there immediately and help side. Great backdoor cut. Netches eats her heart out. And layup, and it's a block foul. Some Tatum fans wanting a charge, so if you're a Tatum fan tuning in and thought that wasn't a foul, well, thought that should have been a charge, let's find out, shall we, as we take a second look.
3 on Harris now.
We see the backdoor cut. And no, Harris is moving there. I can understand the foul called by the official. First free throw from Quinley is good. I'm not going to say anything about anyone's free throw percentage the rest of the way.
I haven't said a word.
Smart man. Second free throw is good.
2 for 2.
Up. It's in the universe now. It's Bradley. Catch right in front of us here. She pulls up. Runner short.
And you notice what Williams did that time? She went straight up. She didn't jump. She just stood there.
That's really all you have to do. Especially when you're as tall as she is, has super long arms. I mean, almost Wembanyama-esque arms. All she has to do is really just stand up. She doesn't have to jump or anything. With it is Yarbrough. It's wide open on the far side. Spins out. Gets it now over to Mitchell. Mitchell skip past to Quinley. Quinley guarded by Harris, and they sag off. Hooker's there quickly, though. Mitchell with 3:45 left in the 4th.
Broaddus has gone to the stall. Here's Williams. Williams gets it deflected. Still has possession. Mitchell gets downhill.
Great jump pass to Quinley, who resets. Now they get it back out to the top of the key. 3.5 now. This possession has officially surpassed 15 seconds. Halton now gets up on Mitchell. Referee ends their count. Now Hooker back tip. However, Broaddus still keeps possession. They get it back to Quinley. This possession started at 3:45. We're now at 3:10. Mitchell finally gets downhill. Lay-in is good and a blocking foul. That's Bradley not happy at all. Let's take another look to see if, according to a fan,
she's perfectly still.
Yep, she was set there. I got to agree with a fan behind us here. Wow.
But you notice what Broaddus did. They went to their stall, and they waited till that last second. They had a wide open layup.
Mitchell knocking down the free throw. Now to Halton with 3 minutes left. Jump pass to Scott. She takes another mid-range shot. She's got it. She's 2 for 2 on mid-range jumpers today.
And that's a pretty shot for her, too.
Yeah, that 13 to 15 footer, it's money for her. And if she's able to stretch so forward with her size and rebounding ability, that's valuable, especially down the stretch. Up to Williams and gets a foul.
That's 4, Bradley?
That's 3 by my count. I believe it's 3. No. Officials at the table saying 5. Yep, that is 5. No, it isn't 5. I thought so. I was counting, like, yeah, I have 3 here, and that would make it, that last foul will make it her 4th. Now they're saying it is her 5th.
Well, I'm confused.
That doesn't take much for me.
The bookkeeper had 5. The PA had 4.
And I had 4.
I had 5 because she did the last foul she called was a charge, and she had it on. She thought it was charging, but it was blocking foul for the free throw. That was her 4th.
Yeah, so that would be 5. See, told you I can't count. 3:44 after the empty trip.
I'm just glad my memory medicine worked this morning. I was able to remember that.
There we go. Atta boy, coach. Atta baby. Remembering here at 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's why I took that. Got the prescription refilled so I can have my medicine.
Have your appetite for Tiger Cafe. It was fantastic yesterday.
Oh.
You have to catfish out the chicken fried steak. I know my meal was good. As Scott fires another 3. This one side iron, no good. As Williams comes out with a board inside of 2.5.
And today is ribs.
Look at that. Yarbrough on the layup for 2. I know one thing. I saw the burgers that were getting slung out of the concession stand earlier yesterday, and I was jealous. We might need to get 2 sent down here to the scores table. On the lane, Halton on the runner. Great 2 ball.
Well, I'm actually going to go visit one of our sponsors when we leave here.
Thanks, Quick Stop, right across the street from us here. You've been looking for coffee all day.
I've been looking for coffee all game. I haven't had none. When you're old like me, you got to have your coffee to get you going. Get the mouse to work up there.
Now the layup is good on the breakaway.
Well, Broaddus is 1 point away from matching their score yesterday.
On the lay-in is good for Williams. She gets on the board. One thing about our friends over at Bink's Quick Stop, myself and one of our camera operators for today, Zach Abercrombie, we stopped by there on the way up here. Have you ever seen a gas station where you can get a salted pork roast and a pork loin in the same aisle?
I have not.
Not to mention a full-fledged donut shop, a full-service donut shop, which you've seen. They're having a smash burger special today. And you can get notepads, composition books, folders. You can get school supplies, pick up dinner, and even breakfast if you want to, all in the same store.
Well, the closest big store, she hurt her knee. That's not good. That is Mitchell. She went down, grabbing her knee, and she seems to be hurt.
Yeah, now she gets treated too by Coach Wilson Company. We'll stop for an injury timeout. Back after this on the Antler Sports Network.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps, more warm-ups, more cool downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balance.
Shorter break than we thought it would be. As Mitchell is helped off of the floor by Coach Boyles and company for the final 48 seconds of this game. They get it to Scott. Scott's going to pull up, take another three. Back iron, no good. Thing is, they aren't bad shots. I mean, the fact that Scott's trying to stretch out the floor, we saw in the Macy Shinneberg tournament earlier this year, she didn't really take that many threes.
No.
Out of the 4 games we had, 3 or 4 games we had of the Lady Eagles, she might have taken 1 3 total.
You know, I'm really kind of very, very impressed with the way that Hey, as we call her now, has played the entire fourth quarter with 4 fouls.
4 fouls. A foul on Scott, her 3rd. It's Tatum's 5th of the quarter.
That was her 5th.
That was Scott's 5th foul.
Scott's 5th foul.
Or was it her 5th, or was it just a team 5th? Because we know
it was her 5th because she went over and shook the coach's hand, and they had to get the sub in before the free throw.
Well, I'll be. We'll have Justin Jackson once again. Speaking to Coach Boyles at the end of this one. At the end of this 33 seconds. Second shot from Hey. Yay. That's good. Listen, I'm grasping at straws here, okay? Here's Price on the drive. Gets bumped. Layup's no good, short. Cook tries to come down with it. Tries to nutmeg Cook. Almost went out of bounds. Instead, it's tied up. Price somehow still has the basketball. Pivoting, falls, almost goes out of bounds. They save it, the Lady Bulldogs do, and up to Quinley. 10 seconds left to go. Probably the last possession of the game. 5 seconds, 4. Cook's going to fire one off. No good. Hey comes down with it, and one more for the road. And that will do it. Our final score, and moving on to the semis, the Lady Bulldogs, a wire-to-wire victory over Tatum. 42-68, our score as Hey all smiles. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll get Coach Boyles and get us out of here for game number 2 after this.
If you're an Anytime Fitness member, you now get free access to Apple Fitness Plus. That means you get more. More sets, more reps. More warm-ups, more cool-downs. More Sam.
More movement.
More Jessica.
More balancing.
More Bakari.
More rolling. More rolling. More rolling.
They're not going to stop. With the thousands of workouts on Apple Fitness Plus, they're going to keep going for as much time as we.
Join Anytime Fitness and get access to Apple Fitness Plus on us.
After a fantastic victory, Coach, tell us about R&R. What are we going to do to rest and recover these students?
Well, in the gap in between, we're just going to get off our feet a little bit and hopefully get inspired by the rest of these great basketball games out here today. So, wait. I think Martins Mill won the next round, so that'd be a great matchup for us at 3:30.
Okay, and well, thank you so much for that first interview, Coach. Last thing before we let you go, you're going to let them get off their feet. What about any snacks, beverages, or any meals you have planned for them? You know how goofy our students can be. They always try to run for the sweetest things.
Hey, the Tiger Cafe is off the chain. We're going to the Tiger Cafe and get something to eat. That's going to be our pregame, Tiger Cafe.
All right. Well, thank you again, Coach Boyles. Have a good one and good luck for the rest of the rounds. All right, back to you, Jared, in ASN Studios.
Thanks, JJ. Coach Boyles, huge victory. 68-42 was our final score. Game 1 down, 3 more to go in our marathon of hoops. We'll have another quarterfinal coming up after this. It's Mount Pleasant, Chapel Hill, and Ipan. That's over on KBMM. For Matt Bright, Justin Jackson, Zach Abercrombie, the rest of the ASN crew, I'm Jared Jones saying so long.